Welcome to the video today, guys. Today I am going to be working on both my bug eyes. First off, doing some creature comforts in the 03, installing some rear speakers because right now I just have holes. So you can see the holes there. Because this car is now up and running, I do need kind of a daily driver. There is like this orange bulbs in here, and I do have some bulbs that are clear, and so when you do take a look from the front, everything's kind of everything will be shiny. During the day it'll just look kind of monochromatic. This toe hitch is looking ugly, so what I'm going to do is hit it with a rag and a wire brush, prime it and paint it black. So when I had the car out for the transmission, it came back to me with the rear tow hook bent. So I don't know how they did this, but you can see the metal is actually, you know, kind of burnt there, expanded. So I definitely, for safety, wanted to get a new one. They're cheap thing, but you know, I don't know how they did it. It's really simple install. You just put it around that hook, 2 bolts, I believe are 3/4 inch bolts, so 2 3/4 inch wrenches tied down tight. The whole car moving when you tug on it. So here are the speakers. I don't know if the cords in here will be long enough, so I'm just gonna run them along the carpet and see if it'll look long enough, and go grab a little extra wire if I need it. So I do have another track day coming up on Wednesday, so I am planning on removing the passenger seat and installing a tripod for my 360 camera. It should save me about 45 pounds. Apparently what it says on the internet's STI seats are about 45 pounds. And then I should have good placement for the 360 camera. From my last track video, I learned, you know, just having a little higher, I might have been able to catch the cars in the rear window instead of just catching them out the side 2 windows. I'd like to see, you know, the big gaps that I'm creating. There's a track day coming up on Wednesday. I am not 100% sure I'm going, just because the track is going to be hot. So it's forecasted to be 91 degrees. So I'm just not sure I want to drive, you know, the 2 hours up there to you know, throw down some super hot times. Right, so I basically ran the provided cord from the hole along the side down to here, and I mean, it came to about here. I know there's a little slack, but I would just assume, you know, tucking it in tight, I'm probably gonna need a little bit more. So I did go get some speaker wire. This is my trunk lid opener. If you watch the carbon fiber hood video, you'll see why I need that. Alright, so I watched some videos online, and they said basically get a plastic something to kind of pry this out, but be careful. So I'm trying, and yep, there it went. Little plastic spoon thing I have, I don't know, seems to do it. Right. Nice. Well, that clip's broken. Now looks like a couple Phillips, and we'll see what's going on behind this sucker. Alright, so just pulled it right out, and we got rat's nest back here. Finding some loose caps. No one tied these down. Glad I'm in here. We can just... Right, so in order to test which wires are which, I'll hook up this speaker to all the cords. This is just a $30 pair of speakers, so I'm not too worried if I blow them. But so I'm going to turn the car on and hook this speaker up to the different cords here until I find the two pairs that are going to be our new rears. Up the wires to the different ports here. I was able to find the two green and purples are our rear speakers. So now I'm just going to put the balance to one side and figure out which is right and left, and then I'm going to wire it. I'm going to have to wire the whole thing from front to back here. So starting from there, we're going through, and I'm just going to follow the old one. I'm going to go underneath here all the way through to the back. So I'm going to pull, or the back seat, so I have access to all this, pull all these trim pieces up. They're all just clipped. And also I noticed, I forgot about this, my seat belt is actually holding on. So when I came back from the transmission place, this was what they came up with for holding in the trim piece, which is kind of funny. But I figured I don't mind this, I guess. I just, you know, I've tried myself to put this trim back in a few times, and the little thing is just not working anymore. So I'm going to try to find a more permanent fix to that while I have everything out as well. On the seats, there's two bolts, one on this side and one on the other side, and they're normally 13s, but someone used the wrong piece in here, and this is a 12. Normally this should be a 13 bolt right here, and you just undo this and pull the seat out. There might be another hook or so on the butt, underneath the butt, and then you can just pull this out. I believe it also has some 13s bolts on the bottom, so it's 2 bolts on the seat, 2 bolts on the back, and it pulls out pretty easily. So they again use non-OEM bolts, so I'm gonna have to figure out all these. So I did figure out how to do put the usual little plastic thing in. It seemed to latch okay, but it was a little loose, where just a little bit of effort I could pull it back out. So I did one thin layer of electrical tape around the thicker part of this. It's like a plastic pin that goes in, and it seems to be sticking really good now. Now I'm going to remove this soundproofing. I don't think I need soundproofing where I'm going. I like all the sounds that come out of the trunk, so it just involves a couple of snaps and a couple of snap things, and get rid of all this sound deadening stuff. I started fishing the new wires through here. So as you can see, I put one through already, and I just basically looked through here, found some daylight, and then shoved the wire through. It's just a coat hanger straightened out, and then pull it through. I'm going to mark the first one with some red tape. That way I know which one is going to be, I'll call red right. So we'll just mark one side with red, the lines with red. We'll call red right hand side. I'll hook that up to the right hand side, which I have to refigure out because I forgot if green or purple was the right or left. After I figure that out, I will hook up this cap and tape, and I was hearing a short in one of those, so I'm going to go through, figure out where that's going, do the other one in the green or purple, whatever, and then start pulling these off. These just pop right out. It's Start pulling these off and running them underneath the carpet all the way back to the trunk. I've just been fishing straight through here. I ran it over this to keep them high. I don't know. I could zip tie behind, but right there seemed fine. So I'm putting it down underneath this trim piece will sit on it. Putting straight down to use this fishing hook to go straight through this part so I don't have to pull off the center trim. Just straight back to here, and you pull the carpet up a little and you see the fish. So I'm doing one wire at a time so I have plenty of room, and I'm already at the trunk. So I'm just gonna hook everything up, give it a test, and throw everything back in. I successfully tested it. Both speakers are working, and the subwoofer was freaking me out for a second, but I forgot that whoever installed it used the seat bolt as a ground, so I was confused why this sub went out and freaking out for a minute, but it's all better. Now it's just clean up time, and I'm gonna take this opportunity to vacuum underneath the seats. Just do a nice thorough clean on this sucker while the seats are out. I mean, how often do you get the seats out on a car? So clean it all up, and I should be good. I just got to find this other light bulb. Here are my old, I'm sorry, not my, yeah, here's one old Pro Drive, and I did have the clear, you can see kind of the chrome looking bulb in there. I want those in the new one, but this one doesn't have any wiring, and I don't know what I did with the other chrome bulb, so I need to dig around in the garage for the other kind of chrome colored bulb. This orange tint will look chrome. Well, it doesn't look orange right now because the bulb's right here. Oh, right there they are. Here's the bulbs that are removed, and they look way cleaner with the chrome in there. Just all the lights matching. Yeah, especially in the bright sun, it really shows. It's starting to sunset right now, so that is looking good.